new building. And this is it. And 6 months ago, this was just a shell. They hadn't even built a new racing car. We're upstairs in the boffins department with John Russell, who's the chief engineer and design engineer for the race cars. John, it's been a pretty hard 4 or 5 months building cars effectively from scratch, although, of course, you had last year's car to start with.
Yes, that's true. We took on what was, at the time, a reasonably competitive car. The whole arena has moved on a little bit, and in the 6-month period between the end of last season and beginning of this season, people like Volvo and Vauxhall have spent that 6 months developing and honing the car. We essentially lost 4 months of that setting the team up, looking at the car as it stood and deciding what we could do with it. And so we're 3 months behind, as you know, but are working very hard to catch that up.
Mark, what the hell are you doing with my car?
Sorry, Will.
Mark, what are you doing with my car?
Oh, sorry, we're just trying to change the algorithm for your random misfire.
Right, thank you very much.
Only happens on quali tyres now.
Oh, right, of course, yes, indeed. So, Mark, why is the rolling road so useful to us?
Its main use is that we can simulate the conditions on the track that the car is performing under, instead of having to go all the way to the circuit and dick about all day, changing maps and getting it wrong.
Yeah, I get paid for that, though. So you're taking money away from me.
Oh, so do we, all the expenses and the beer money. But here, we can sit in here in the comfort of our own workshops and work through steadily a set of maps without having to take a truck and 10 people and a whole crew of people somewhere.
We're actually looking at the brake duct for your new car, which has just been designed.
And with this machine you can zoom in and zoom out?
Yeah, the great advantage of this is we can move things around and go in closer and basically do things a lot more easily than you can possibly do on a drawing board, and a lot more quickly. It's very flexible.
We can monitor absolutely anything. We're worried about the brake temperatures. If we're worried about stress on any certain part of the car, we can actually put temperature sensors or load cells on the car, and we can monitor it throughout a full lap.
Doesn't monitor driver stress, though, does it?
No, we're going to put pressure sensors in the steering wheel, and then we can see how much he's gripping on in the corners.
Here in the corner of the factory are all the spare shells. This is the basic ingredient of the racing car, and these come straight from France off the production line. And it's very comforting as a driver to know we've got so many spare shells. It's all a bit noisy in here, isn't it? And dusty. This is, of course,
it's my lot.
Oh, it's your lot, is it? This is the bare bones of the racing car as a shell. So what exactly are we trying to achieve at this stage?
Well, what I'm fitting is pedal frames to allow us to fit, obviously, brakes and pedals and stuff. But that's just obviously part of a whole policy of strengthening. Internal frames, you know, roll cage, everything. Seam weld, from top to tail, literally down to bare metal. Reinforce the shell.
Yeah, but this is why you're in a little room of your own, isn't it? So you can make as much mess and noise as you like.
That's right, I'm a bit like a troll.
We're going to make a tailor-fitted suit for it, so it can be stored overnight without anybody interfering with it, and protect it against anybody tampering or messing about with it.
Very good. Is it going to have sort of turn-ups and flares and things like that?
If you want turn-up and flares on it, no problem at all.
It's got flared wheel arches, so it's going to have that flares, I guess.
Yeah, quite.
Bonjour. Comment ça va, my engine?
Well, we had some problem with the software and some electrical problem on your car, but we've done a big improvement today in terms of mapping, and I think it will be quite better.
There are 3 people who are very important to my effort on the track, and they're my 2 race mechanics and my race engineer. That's Jez, here, Viv, and Chris. So, guys, the big question is, when are we going to win?
Well, maybe when I get the car right.
I think that I speak on both our behalves and say our bit's okay, so really it's down to you, Will.
Right, okay, thanks.
If you could bring it home in 1 bit for a change, we'd be halfway there, wouldn't
Actually, I'm not too bad. I usually bring it home in mostly 1 bit. I mean...
Donington, you're just feeling your way.
I was just feeling my way at Donington. I mean, you needed to learn how to change a few panels, didn't you?
Yes, a good experience. We did get to learn how to change panels,
Fingers crossed, and if we win, of course, I can buy you a round of drinks.
Hallelujah.
That'd be a first, isn't it?